Trust attorneys are able to actually help you protect your assets and your family's assets from creditors or people trying to take advantage of your situation. When a trust is created, the actual assets don't belong to you anymore. They belong to a trust. And you can see how this could be very effective. So for example, if your house is owned by the family trust and you actually make an individual obligation, the trust assets may not be subject to being collected upon. The way we usually see this is when you're handing down money to your children. The actual assets are held in a trust and they don't actually belong to your children. You can set it up in a way where your children only receive the income from the assets in the trust. So for example, if they have an alcohol or drug addiction or gambling problem and they borrow a bunch of money and they're living in a house that's owned by a trust, they cannot actually get that money from the trust. They can get the income if the trustee pays it out, but the house itself is actually owned by the trust, not the child that might have done something improper and borrowed money. So a very good way to protect family members, particularly if they're not very responsible, is to create a family trust and have them own the assets, not the individual people. We often see this in large estates like rich people. We wonder, hey, how is it this person got in trouble for doing something you see on TV and they're not getting sued? Because they actually don't own the castle that they're living in. They don't own the cars or the planes or the boats. It's owned by these family trusts. Now, I'm sure that this is not an issue that hits most people, but it is an issue for wealthy people, and a trust is a very good way to avoid creditors and other predatory people taking advantage of them when they're in the most vulnerable time. So that is what a trust lawyer can do for you. Trust lawyers are very effective in making sure that you look at your estate holistically and make sure that you're taking care of your children and family members and their individual needs. So I would definitely call a trust attorney, and we'd be more than happy to help you at Trust Law Partner if you have any more questions on this issue.